Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at DJI's Bluetooth unit, also known as the BTU. Hey guys, so I picked up my BTU quite a few weeks ago now. I just never actually got around to shooting this video. So this is all you get when you order the BTU Bluetooth unit. So let's pop it open out the bag. So here's our Bluetooth unit here. On the front we got Bluetooth 4.0 BLE wrote on the front, DJI logo on the back. Nothing much else to say on there, bit of a QR code. Nice, very long cable in fact. Say that was about 30 centimeters long, going to one of the DJI's CAN bus ports. So this is going to work if you've got an iPhone 4S, an iPhone 5, iPod Touch 5, iPad mini, iPad 3 and iPad 4. You need Bluetooth version 4.0 or above. Communication distance is roughly 50 meters. Environment temperature -10 to +50. It only weighs 17 grams, power consumption 240 milliwatts. That's 0.04 amps at 6 volts. And as you can see, it's very small. Dimensions are 25.4 by 25.4, so nice square, and 7.2 mil thickness. So let's take this over to my F550 and install it. Okay, so here's my F550, all fully built. This was actually built using donations from the guys on YouTube, Facebook, and the guys at DJIGuys.com. A lot of people helped me with donations, and I really appreciate everyone's help to get me an F550 back up in the air, because if it wasn't for you guys I would have probably left this hobby by now. So thank you very much. Anyway, let's pop this top off. I'm going to do a bit of cable management, get everything nice and tidy because it's all a bit hanging out at the moment, and we'll stick this Bluetooth unit inside. Okay guys, so this is the inside of my F550. As you can see, I'm using the NASA version 2. We got the PMU V2 on there as well, and my Futaba receiver, just linked in with the one cable for S-Bus controls. All my cables for the ESCs are all put down with some double-sided tape. It's very sticky tape. Some people ask me what it was, and it is just very thin double-sided tape, and that just runs the cables nice and neatly up to where they need to be. As you can see, I'm putting a lot of things inside my F550, so I want to try and keep it as neat as possible for maintenance. You know, if I need to swap something over, I don't want to have cables absolutely everywhere and trying to untangle them and things like that. So on my PMU V2 here, we've got the spare CAN bus port on the side. This is actually where my iOSD mini goes in, so I'm going to plug that into here. The only reason it is off because when I went to the quadcopters meet, someone actually wanted to test it on their 550 and they plugged it in and it works, so they're going to be buying one of them as well. So as you can see, I've now used this CAN bus port for the iOSD mini, so I need another one for my Bluetooth unit. As you can see on the iOSD mini, there is actually another CAN bus port, so I am going to plug my BTU into my iOSD mini, just like so. Now I just need to arrange these cables nice and neat inside here somewhere, and then we will do our first boot up and see if we can connect to it with the Bluetooth on my iPhone 4S. So I've actually stacked my Bluetooth unit on top of the iOSD mini, and the iOSD mini on top of my PMU V2, all with double-sided sticky tape, and as you can see, that ain't going nowhere. Just need to organise all these cables a little bit. So there we have my BTU, iOSD mini and PMU V2 cables all tied up together in this one bunch here. Just helps keep the rest of the quad free for other bits and bobs once I start installing like landing gears and maybe a ZenMuse when maybe when the 3-axis ZenMuse comes out or something. So yeah, that's that done. Let's power this up and see if we can connect to it. Okay, so I've turned the hex around a little bit so you can see the Bluetooth LED, which is just on this side here. I've got my Futaba DFG Super here already on. Let's turn on the 550. Give it a red light on top of the BTU there. Now it's gone to a solid green. I'm going to get my phone out. Let's go into our NASA M Assistant. Let's turn on our Bluetooth because it is off at the moment. So it says here, please check whether the main signal light is flashing or not to confirm that the corresponding main controller is connected. You see just there, I'll just zoom in for you, that we are flashing. So I can confirm that that's the one. When using a new main controller, please set a username and password first for safety. So I'm just going to do this off camera.
It's at this point that I had my first problem with the BTU. As you can see, when I tap OK, I was expected to go straight into the menu, but it comes up with a message saying that the firmware version is not matched, and I need to go onto the PC Assistant to update my NASA firmware. Sure enough, I had version 3.16 on there, and the latest update was 4.0. So I updated the firmware version up to 4.0. Nice thing about this was that it actually noticed that I had now had the BTU plugged in. So it also showed me that there was an update for that, and I was able to update it through the NASA Assistant. I didn't have to actually plug anything into the BTU itself.
Okay guys, my F550 is all updated now. The reason I couldn't get on to my Bluetooth settings was because my F550 was on version 3.16 and it needed to be upgraded to the latest firmware, which is version 4.0. So I've done that, I've upgraded it, and the nice thing is also it recognised the Bluetooth unit and told me that there was an update for that. I clicked update and it updated the Bluetooth unit through the normal LED connection where you normally do your updates through the same cable. So that was quite nice. So now I've got my Assistant working on my phone. So we have the overall view of the settings that I've got on the F550 at the moment. Go to basic, choose an aircraft that I want to use. So I'm going to keep it on my Hex Rotor V at the moment. That's how I want it, that's how I fly. So that one is selected. You can do motor tests, so if I press this, click agree, you can see we've got M1 all the way up to M8, but we're only going to use the M1s to M6. So if I press M1, the motor 1 will actually spin. In the background, I'll just change the focus a little bit. So M1, M2, M3, M4, M5 and M6. So we can check that we've got our rotations actually working in the correct way. Make sure we're spinning the props in the right way. So that's quite a nice little feature. And 4. So all of them are spinning correct. We've got our mounting. This is for our GPS. I will remeasure it and put in the mounting options for the GPS once I've mounted it onto the top plate again. RC, we've got our, you can choose traditional, that's when you use all the cables, or your D-bus or PPM. I've already done the stick calibration, so if I move my throttle up, you'll see the throttle going up and down. Swipe over, we can see we've got fail-safe, attitude and GPS on channel U. I apologise for the reflections and the focus. We can change our receiver to advanced receiver protection if we want. Go back, gains, adjust all our gains, choose a mode to actually adjust them remotely from our remote, from our transmitter. Tools, compass calibration, IMU calibration, advanced, motor, recommended, and cutoff type intelligent. Failsafe, go home and landing, that's exactly how I want it. IOC, got it on, I'll just check my switch to see if it goes along. Yep, everything seems fine. I'll go back. Gimbal, not using the gimbal at the moment. Voltage protection, change all your settings here. Limits, I'm not a fan of the limits at the moment because version 4.0, I had a problem with my Phantom where it got stuck above my neighbour's house. The limits really didn't work for me, it just made me lose control of the Phantom. So I'm just going to leave them at 2,000. I'm not going to be flying this out to 2,000 metres anyway. And then we've got our advanced. And that's it.
So there we have our look at the DJI BTU. It's not strictly a necessary component. You know, if you're quite happy to use your laptop, then use it. It's just nice for me to have the Bluetooth adapter there, so I can make in-field adjustments. I don't have to carry a laptop around with me. I can just pop out my phone now and make the adjustments. Reason why you might want to make adjustments in the field, say you've made an adjustment to your quad, or maybe you decide to add a different camera on there or something, you want to change the gains, then it's nice to have a little play around and maybe even change your voltage protection. Say if you were flying out somewhere quite far and then you wanted to make sure you had enough juice to come back, you could drop that voltage protection maybe, and you know, it's better to lose your burn a battery out rather than drop your whole quad maybe in the sea or something. So I suppose that's kind of a good idea. But yeah, I'm impressed with it. It works. I like the way it updated itself through the NAS Armor system through its own cable. I didn't have to go plugging anything into it, you know, and finding its own assistance, so that was quite handy. And that's it. Well, that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.